Other questions? Coach Jack?
First of all, thank you guys for being so patient and waiting so long. I know we had a couple things we had to get done on the field, from fireworks to bricks being handed out, and then winning's fun, so you have to have a fun locker room celebrating it. And Joanne and Carolyn came down, and moments like this in the crowd, last game of the season where we're able to get a 3-0 victory and a shutout. It's a great night for all of us, great night for our community, for our club. So just happy to be a part of it.
Is it also an emotional night out there with everything, Jake's goal, just all the way the players just were in general on the field? Looked like emotions were.
Yeah, I mean, look, you could tell emotions are running high, right? Uh, I think that's indicative of the work that these men do and the pride that they have, and feeling like they didn't accomplish what they wanted to this year. But in the last game at home, in the last two games at home, we sent the fans home smiling and cheering. And I really think that we laid the foundation for next season. And hopefully, everybody has a lot of hope in their heart that we can come back and be a really good team next year, because you see this team right now, and they're building towards next year. We're doing this all for the fact that we want to be a team that we all aspire to be. And that's what you're seeing from this group right now.
Brilliant coaching move on your part to put Becher in the lineup.
When a player makes a coach look good, yeah, you got to just love it. So, Simon, we talked about it yesterday. Yeah, that he needed a chance and he deserved a chance. So, we had Ras. Ras had kind of run as much as he could run the last two games, so didn't want to put him in the starting lineup, and that just meant we had to be creative with how we were going to roll out.
Hey, coach.
What kind of stat you going to throw me today?
None. I
None?
know it's a sad day.
All
No.
right.
Would you say so? Figuratively speaking, City had nothing to lose tonight. Playoffs out of the picture, kind of playing with less pressure almost. I know you want to send the fans home season, the home, season, last game, send them home smiling. But do you think that kind of lack of um pressure almost kind of helped you guys play more freely in a way?
I don't think so. And I'll tell you why. Because I put a lot of pressure on those guys, and we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. When I say that we're very proud of how we're currently playing and have been for the last couple months, there's no better way to show everybody that we're practicing what we preach. And therefore, that whole room and the way back from LA, like everybody was dialed in and super focused. And like you saw Roman and Adu have an emotional moment in the first half. Like that doesn't happen if you're just, happily going through it. Like we felt like we needed to go show this club, their fan base, everybody what we were about and what they could expect in 25.
Justin?
Which actually that kind of touches a little bit on my question. It seemed like Houston were just kind of building into the game, and it's kind of their mentality to slow things down and play that low event style. And I think you can see the growing frustration with stoppages and the referee, and then you have that bubble where Roman comes out, tries to calm everyone down. He's not cool about just that response they saw from the team calling that moment.
Yeah, I mean, look, the way that you can never say a soccer game is going to go perfectly, no matter what you prepare for. So we talk about being good decision makers in game and understanding moments and the emotions and whatever the official is going to do and the opposing team is going to do. Like you have to control as much as you can. Um, I thought we started great. We get a goal. I think it was the 14th minute. And it's a really good goal, and it's a run that we've been dying for, a near post run, and a little beautiful finish by Simon. But then we tried to manage the match really well, and I was really pleased, and up until about halfway through the half where it just started kind of going a little crazy, but we dug in and we tried to stay really compact defensively. I think probably fans are not used to us, defending as much as we did, but we knew what we had to do against a team like Houston, who's very dangerous.
Felt like I think were succeeding within Houston's play style as well. Was that a bit of taking their game to that?
That was part of it, you know. I thought they tried to do some interesting things tonight against us. But credit to the guys, you know, we dealt with all of those. In particular, like Totland, they must have said, "Hey, we're going to get the ball to LIU and we're going to have them go 1v1." And I thought Tots stood up to that challenge all night long.
Rocchio?
On starting Becher, just last time you started, those 4 guys up front was the Minnesota game, obviously a very different result. Just what was the game plan? What was the changes you guys made with that 4-man attacking front as opposed to the last time we saw them out all there together?
We were pressing very differently, and that kept the 4 of them very close. One reason I was happy about the first 20 minutes is you saw the 4 of them kind of interchanging where they started defensively and where they started attacking wise. When you get those guys, I talk about it, mobility, but understanding when they're playing in a different role, not a different position necessarily. But we wanted to get all 4 of them going in the attack and helping each other get into this game, and they certainly did that.
There was a couple moments, just one of them was early when they got the ball out to the left side, and Totland, instead of jumping the man, just kind of let him play into it. Was there a change in the aggressiveness, specifically maybe outside on the flanks tonight?
So Houston, they try to overload you like a lot of teams do. And Tots handled that situation really well because there was nobody to put pressure on the ball. And, you know, previously we've always gone. And we've been working on saying, look, if you have a numerical disadvantage, it's okay to just drop and take away the space that they're trying to attack, which is in general behind you in central. And in that particular play, I thought he did a really good job of that. His job was to backline shift and jump it, but he had to have the whole back line with him, and the back line wasn't with him in that moment.
Hey, Coach. Michael Langston, KXOK Radio. It's the last home match here at City Park for the season. Just how important has all the support been this year from all the home fans?
Yeah, it's amazing. I said it yesterday, like we live in the greatest soccer city in the country. And what place are we in going into tonight?
It's the last sports show.
So we were not in a great position in the standings, according to Gaspy. But that building, you can't tell. Like our fans are crazy, and it's amazing, you know, which is one of the reasons why we're also, you know, putting the pressure on ourselves to go out and perform well, because we want to repay all of this, you know. The Taylor family building this whole thing, amazing, right? And now we get to, you know, practice our livelihoods in here. Like we are very fortunate people. But we also think that this is something that we can't take advantage of. You know, we have to make sure we show up and do the job and perform.
Time for 2 more with Coach. We'll go back to Tom.
Roman Bürki gets a shutout. Doesn't have a lot to do in the first half, and then all of a sudden he gets about 4 shots from close range. And
yeah, I mean, the one save he made was just absolutely ridiculous. That he comes off I think he's diving this way and it comes off the back, you know, of his knee really, and goes out of bounds. Amazing save, you know. Up until that point, I didn't think we were going to give anything up, and I was, you know, on the sidelines thinking Bürki deserves this shutout, you know. And so he had a lot of work to do in the end, and thank goodness he is, you know, a goalkeeper that is world class and can make those kind of saves.
Did Klaus not want to come out in the game?
No, Klaus was no, that's not it at all. Klaus was pretty tired. And Klaus said, you know, Coach, I've played more as a 6 tonight than I played as a 9. Do you want me to play as a 6? I said, no, you played awesome, Klaus. Thank you. You know, so he was a little frustrated. You know, he's a goal scorer and he wants to score goals. And but at the same time, we need to win games like this where somebody else is doing, you know, finding the back of the net, and he is contributing because he was doing so much work defensively. Huge credit to him. I would say that he's going to come in my office tomorrow probably and say, hey, we got to sort this out. And I'm like, listen, let's win 3-0 and then talk to me later. So
the team had 20 different guys score goals this year, which is an MLS record. What does that say about the team?
Is that on Jake's goal?
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. Yeah, look, we look so much different than the last time we played Houston, just personnel wise. And I talked about it a little bit yesterday, but we've come together in these last couple of months, and that's really nice for everybody. I'm glad we set a record, and hopefully that gives everybody a little bit of hope that we can come back and do it again next year.
Go to Justin, finish with Matt.
Yeah, Coach, I wanted to ask you about Jay's goal specifically. On Wednesday, we talked about his defensive effort. Tonight, he comes in and to get that goal on a nice assist from Marcel, but also to, his first goal as a City player. How much does that mean to you as the coach and team? It looked like everyone was very happy to celebrate.
Yeah, I'm super proud of Jake, and it's fantastic that he ends, the season on the field, out of position at left back, but then to score the goal. I would give not only Cello credit for the cross, but Nukvi, jumped out of the sky and didn't touch it, but that drew the attention of the two defenders. So, I give Nukvi a lot of credit on that goal as well.
With Matt.
One of the things we got to see tonight that I'm sure you guys have wanted to see as well for an extended period of time is both Kessler and Nielsen in together as a center back pairing. Just, you haven't been able to look at the film, just your immediate instant reaction of those guys' game tonight.
Yeah, I like the partnership they're building. And that's certainly something that is really important to us going into next year. I thought Kess was outstanding tonight. And to see Joachim, and we have planned minutes, as you guys know. Joachim was not supposed to be in the game that long. But I mean, with wanting to get Bürki a shutout and a center back who's just in good form. I mean, he was on fumes the last 5 minutes, and I feel bad that I left him in as long as I did, and then I don't feel bad at all because I wanted him to do that. So really nice for us. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, it's been a long time since you got the last clean sheet. What's it mean to get this one tonight in this final home game?
Yeah, I think it's the best timing. We chose the best timing to get a clean sheet, especially also for the fans. I think it was a great game, and yeah, just happy the way we defended.
Like emotionally for you, like the one time you come running out from the goal to say something. What inspired that? And
in my opinion, we talked too much to the ref. Like every time the ref made a decision, we had 4 guys surrounding, explaining, trying to win something else out of it. And 2 or 3 times they just played the free kick fast, So and then we got a little bit caught off guard. So I wanted to prevent that. We have a really nice saying, that Hack taught us, which is, if the ball goes dead, we come alive. So I just wanted to tell that to guys that guys, we have to play a game actually, and not talk too much to the ref.
Yes.
Yeah, just to follow up on that, Roman, it's kind of part of Houston's game is to slow things down and kind of get people agitated. Was that part of it too, just reminding everyone to, follow the game plan and not let them get inside their head too much?
Yeah, that's also something I told them, told some of the guys after in a halftime that they try maybe to get in our head, like with fouls, with small trash talk or whatever. And we knew we just had to stay calm. And I think also for the defender, number 2, I think it was a matter of time until he got a red card. So we just had to be stay calm and play our game.
And this is the team besides Sporting KC that you've played the most, and every match has been a little bit heated. Is that just because of people being competitive and the type of play styles kind of being a little bit antithetical to each other?
What was the question?
There's been a lot of it's like heated play throughout every time that you have played each other so far. Is that just because your play styles kind of breed that?
No, I mean, for me, that's a normal thing, like emotions. If one team, it's not going their way, they're getting frustrated, they're maybe a little bit more emotional. And I asked that from our players too, show a reaction better than just let it happen. And I think that's just part of the game.
Roman, we talked about it maybe about a month and a half ago, but just the continued growth of the backline's ability to play the ball and handle it without kind of freaking out and play it calmly. We saw that again tonight with a couple of very long sequences. Just how important has that been for your confidence with the defense in front of you, and just how has that been watching that grow throughout training over the last month?
That was kind of the play style that I wish we played earlier. Obviously in our first season, it worked the way we played. So why change it? But now, when you are like in certain situations, it's better when you have control with the ball than just clearing the ball and defending every 10 seconds another ball. Like if you have the ball, if you know how to play out, stay calm and make them run, and like just catch a breath with the ball with our players on the ball. So it's way easier and it's way better in my opinion. So I'm very happy about that. Obviously we are trying to improve with Hack and the players that we got with Seti, with Cello. They help a lot, like with that kind of play style.
Nathan?
Roman, after the game during the fireworks were going off, I noticed you were playing with some of the kids, teammates of the kids, let them score a couple of goals. I noticed you didn't let Lutz score on you. But just talk about how the team has kind of grown together over, especially these last few months, but over all of 2024.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad that we didn't have more of these moments, when we had a great game, when we won a game after that, celebrating with the families, with the kids, it's like just you're way like looser and you can way more enjoy the whole stadium and the fans than when you're after a loss, or a draw. It's just we had not enough wins this season to actually celebrate with the fans.
Do you like the tifo before we?
Yeah, it was amazing. I had goosebumps. Yeah. I was like, I wanted to say thank you, but nobody could hear me. So I'm doing it that way. And yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, really touched me. Yeah.
One of those games where you didn't have a whole lot of work early and then you kind of get called upon there in the second half and have to be on your game to keep the clean sheet.
Yeah, I mean, it was, I'm used to that from last year. We had also a lot of games where we played really good, and then at the end there were 2 or 3 actions where it was needed. So I was doing my job, but also a compliment to Kes, Joachim, and the whole back line for how we defended.
You have to like seeing Jake score that goal.
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing. Amazing finish. I didn't know that he can do that, but no, it was great. It was great. He deserved it. I told him, and yeah.
What else? Roman, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Justin.
Jake, nice to see you again. Last week on Wednesday, I talked to you about your defensive effort. Today, a little bit different. You get the third goal, kind of put it away, and just to see the team kind of huddle around you and dogpile on top of you. Can you talk a little bit about what that goal meant and what your teammate support meant in that moment as well?
Yeah, it meant a lot. As I said about a month ago, this was one of the hardest seasons of my career. Disappointing that I didn't get, a lot of game time. But this last month, I think that I tried to take my opportunities as much as I could. And I know that I'm known as a defensive guy, but, to be able to push forward at left back and get a goal, it just felt great, especially, last game of the season at CITYPARK. I don't know what the future holds for me, but if that's it for me here, I'm pretty damn happy that that's how I go out.
Were you expecting that ball to land to you? Because it looked like Nukvi got up to try to get to it, and then it just kind of floats over to you.
Yeah, sometimes goal scorers just kind of, have a feeling for things. Now, no, I know that Cello, he never really drives the ball in. It's always a kind of a methodical chip loft. So I kind of thought that there would be a chance that it would come back post. So I took that opportunity.
Do you remember the details of your other 4 goals in MLS?
I do, yeah. So most of them were in the box.
Yeah.
Yeah. My first one was outside the box, but yeah. inside the 6. That's where I operate. Yeah.
Considering how the season started, could you have imagined it ending like this?
No, to be honest, I didn't know when and where my opportunities would come. But like I say, the last, I don't know how many times I've talked to you guys. Hack has always believed in me, and he's given me those opportunities, these later parts of the season, and I'm grateful for that. And I just made sure that I made the most of them because I don't know where I'll be next. I'm fighting for a contract, um, and I'm just happy that that's how it ended.
Have there been any discussions?
No, not yet. No.
Just the team's overall play, David. You got to look at this team and say, gosh, if there was another month in this season, what it could be like.
Yeah, I think that it's all, trending towards next season, and I think it could be a very big season for us. And I think we have high expectations just from how we've played, the last few months. The players that we've brought in, you can see have made an immediate massive impact. So I think we're excited. We're obviously disappointed, but I think there's a lot to look forward to.
It seems like just emotions were high overall tonight. Between you guys in Houston, even within the team, there was a lot going on, and the fans as well. Just a lot going on tonight.
Yeah, I think we just wanted to go out for this last home game for fans that we've had to sell out. Is it every home game since we've been a club? Yeah, I think that we knew how much it meant to them, and we wanted to make sure that we gave back to them. And I think that's what you saw from guys that were fired up, at each other, at other players on the other team, at the ref. Like it was just we just wanted to win, and it's a perfect result.
What else? Good. Jake, thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Would you like to start us off? Yeah, did you pick out this one yourself?
I did, yeah.
Good.
I can't follow that. What was this night like for you?
Yeah, obviously special on a personal note. And just team wise, I think in the last 5 games we talked as players, and we really wanted to get wins, get clean sheets, and really win games at home for these fans. And on the last home game of the season, yeah, just a good performance, and I think from me and all the players, one for the fans.
How eager were you to get back into the starting lineup?
Yeah, definitely excited, to be back in the 11, and whether for me it's whether I'm in the lineup or coming off the bench, just trying to impact the game as much as I can. So yeah, really happy, with my performance, and again, 10 other guys out there with me. I think everyone else had, really put in a shift, worked for the guy next to him, and executed on the game plan. So yeah.
How was the combination of those, I guess, 4 of you in front?
Mhm.
How does that seem to be working?
Yeah, really good. And on a short training week, I think where you don't get as much reps with each other, spending half of the week traveling, bouncing recovery, and trying to prepare for 3 different opponents. I think it just shows how well we've gelled, and how much work we've put in the past 2 months just to get to know each other, and just to get things moving, and a really good feeling, again with the front 4, or even the front 6 or 7, with the guys coming in off the bench as well. I think, yeah, it's been something that we've been working on, and exciting for us, moving forward.
Yes.
Yeah, Simon, can you talk a little bit about in the first half, there's a lot of kind of stoppage in play, and Roman has that moment where he comes up and tells everyone to kind of calm down. Can you talk a little bit about how the match was going in that moment, and how important was it for Roman to kind of come out and clear the air a little bit?
Yeah, I think, there's a lot of different phases, you have to get through as a team. I think we started off really well. And after the goal, weathered the storm for a little bit, which is something we talked about. I don't think any team in the league is going to control the game for 90 matches or 90 minutes in a match. So yeah, for us going through a harder time, a lot of stoppages of play, got a little chippy. And, I think it's important that we regroup and we weather the storm and then, go on from there. And I think, that's kind of what we did. We got to halftime and, we had a really good feeling that we could go out and, yeah, get the next one, which is what we did. So.
It's a little bit of Houston's play style to, slow things down and try to get those moments. Was it important for you guys to, not necessarily play to their game, but, excel in their game as well?
Yeah, I think so. We knew Houston was going to want a lot of the ball, and we were pretty happy with them having it, with us having 11 guys behind the ball. We thought that, if they were going to score and break us down, we were going to make them really earn it. And I thought we did a really good job. Obviously, credit to the back line. We've talked so much about, 11 people contributing to a clean sheet. And, I think, again, the back four with the 2 6s in Roman obviously just had a really good game. And I think, when, we're confident defending, we know that we'll go out and get goals. And, I think that's a little bit what happened. So again, credit to them.
Both those goals today were just kind of little flicks in the moment. Are you actively thinking about whether or not you need to like drive this one hard, or you just need to flick it, or is it more of just a natural, just in the moment, just as you're kind of like going at the ball, you just try to make it happen around the goalkeeper?
Yeah, I think, in the first one, I wasn't sure if Sadie was going to play with his head first time or put it on the floor. He ended up putting it on the floor. So I saw the goalie go down early, so I just thought, just pick it up. I'm pretty close to him, and just as long as I miss him and put it on target, it's probably gonna go in the back of the net. So that was my thought in the first one, and on the second one, actually, I was kind of waiting for him to make a move. I knew I was in a good amount of space, and he actually stayed up pretty long. And as he started to go down, I just thought if I can lift it up over him, I saw a little window over his shoulder. So yeah, just trying to obviously he made it hard on me, but yeah, just trying to find a little window and I did. So
You talked about that gelling with that attacking four. Last time you got the start with those four was the Minnesota game. Obviously, a much better game for you guys overall and for you personally today. Just specifically, was it changes that you guys made since that last outing against Minnesota, or was it something that Houston did that allowed you to maybe find your space a little bit better?
Yeah, I think we had a little bit of a formation change, so all of us occupying different spaces, and I think it was something that us four were a little bit more comfortable doing, and I think with the personnel that we had, we could kind of float. I was trying to stretch the line deep and open up some space for Klaus to get the ball and let Seti and Cello play off of him and kind of do what they do. So I think, in the first half, we kind of got their line to drop and we were able to play in the spaces. And then in the second half, we knew that if we kept the lead, they were going to open up and there'd be some spaces in behind. And Hack kind of just reiterated, keep testing that line and keep trying to get in behind. And yeah, I think for the second one, that's what I did. But yeah, with the front four, I think just gelling more and knowing that we may not be in the exact same spot, but we can interchange. And I think that makes it pretty hard for a defending team when you have four guys who understand each other and move off each other like we did tonight.
Getting a shutout for Roman, what does that mean for you guys?
Yeah, it's really important, for the group and for him as well, obviously. He keeps us in so many games and makes some pretty unbelievable saves for us. So, for him, for Joachim coming back, he's had a long road. He's been working super hard behind the scenes to get his body right. And yeah, for the whole back line and for the team and for Roman, I think it's a big step and it's something we're really capable of. So yeah, big for them and big for us moving forward.
What's his fire bring to the team?
Yeah, just, obviously when you have someone that's played at a level like that, just always pushing us and always, holding us accountable and trying to, keep the group together. So, having somebody in the back that, sees the whole game and, someone that can, dictate and obviously do that with his voice and again, back it up with his play is huge for the group.
When you see him coming out from the goal and running out to midfield, what do you think when you see that?
I thought I missed something, so I was trying to figure out what was going on too. But yeah, no, it was yeah, again, obviously a little bit of fire from him, and I think in that moment maybe a little bit of what we needed. We were against the ball for a little bit of time then, so yeah.
Simon, thank you for joining us. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks guys.